All right, so let's talk about that kettlebell swing. So we love the swings because it's a combination of strength and power that, when combined, can go across the spectrum of what we're trying to train. We can train strength, we can train power, we can also train endurance. So mastering the kettlebell swing and getting the most out of it is really beneficial, and we have to lock down the technique first before we can really progress and get advanced with the movement itself. So I'm going to teach you a little bit about the setup and what you really want to focus on at first. I think the biggest thing to note here is that it takes time to get good at it. So you can't come in day one thinking that you're going to look exactly like how I look with my swing, but we want the mechanics to be there. The fine tuning comes with time and practice and falling in love with the movement itself. So just a quick note there, don't expect yourself to be perfect day one, week one, month one. It takes time to progress and get sharp with it. So much like any other exercise, we're going to start about shoulder width apart. That's a pretty athletic stance that we want to be in. We can get the most out of our lower body and core strength. From there, important note here, I know our videos don't really show it on the app, but you are always, always, always going to start with the kettlebell on the floor. So our setup is going to look like this. I'm going to go at a slight angle so you can see my hips when we start going. But you're going to be in a tripod. So the kettlebell's out in front. My feet are equidistant from the kettlebell. Feet are about shoulder distance apart. So this is how we always are going to start with our kettlebell swings. Or single arm swings, dead stop, or swing with a reset. This is where the bell will always start. From here, the kettlebell swing is very largely hip dominant, but we do get some knee work in here as well. Your arms are just straps, all right? Your arms are the things that hold the bell, but all of the power, all of the momentum is coming from your hips, a little bit from the knees, all right? So we're gonna set ourselves up here. I'm going to drive the hips back at a nice hip hinge. From here, I will lower down, get that knee bend going. Arms are long. All right, when we start, we're going to tip the bell back. This is our set position. You should be a little bit higher in the hips, but your shoulders should still be above your hips. So we're not here. Those hips are lower. Nice soft knee or nice strong knee bend. Arms are long. From here, we do our hike. All right, so this is a part of the movement called the hike. This is the setup. The hike comes when we pull that bell back between our legs and are starting to create that momentum that's going to drive our kettlebell forward. So we want a strong pull with those long arms coming back between our legs. We're here hiking the bell back. You can do this a few times just to get a good practice in with what that feels like. We're loading the hamstrings and the glutes. From there, we are going to explosively drive the hips and knees through. That bell is going to float to shoulder height. We do not go above that. Shoulder height. We finish in what looks like a high plank position. All right. Our abs are engaged with a sharp exhale at the top. Glutes are squeezed. Quads are flexed. We are rigid at this top position. From there, we let the bell fall. Right about hip level is when we start to hike the hips back. Knees bend. Bell comes back through our legs. We repeat that pattern. So I'm going to do a few reps here so you can see in full time, and then we'll break it down one more time after that. So we're here, tripod, tip the bell back, chest is proud, lats are engaged. I'm going to hike the bell back. So the amazing thing about the kettlebell swing is it's a constant combination of maximum force and muscle activation to complete relaxation. Once we get to that top position of the swing, we are fully relaxed. That bell is floating. We're calm at that moment. That bell starts to come back down. We pull it back in and explode those hips right back through. So it's that combination and that contrast of explosiveness and complete relaxation. So play around with it. There is no judgment here. We just want to get better. Let yourself kind of suck at it at first, right? You expect yourself to be bad, and then over time we fine tune. So send the videos in. We'll keep that form going back and forth. And that's that. I believe that's everything. I have a few more tips that I will send to you later with regard to your eye positioning. You heard my breath there, so we're exhaling at the top. I inhale right when my hips start to flex again. So I'm here. All right, so breath is really important because that's how we get that maximum force production at the top of the swing. I believe that's good for today. I don't want to overwhelm you. Set position, hike, explode up, finish up that high plank position, let that bell float, bring it back down, keep it nice and tight, hips and knees go back, and then we repeat that pattern.